Hello YouTube, Rapscallion here. It was brought to my attention that the item aligner that I used in my one wide tileable item sorter, multi-item sorter video wasn't exactly reliable. It worked under kind of your most standard conditions, but there were some weird edge cases where it might fail and fire an item off to the side and it wouldn't end up into the hopper stream. So I'm going to share a couple other designs here, including the design that I use in the multi-item sorter, along with a couple others, just to showcase where some of these things might actually break, and one that is known to be perfect and one that I believe to be perfect. I'm going to start off by showcasing the first item aligner that I was exposed to, which was Palapala's item aligner, which he used in his variable item sorter V2, I believe, was the first time that I had seen it. This is a replica of that design, maybe different blocks, but the block placements themselves were all the same, and I'll link that video in the description below so you can have a look at what he was actually using it for. So I'm on Milo's creative server right now, so we don't have any special conditions created here. We're just, regular vanilla gameplay here. Let's input some items and see how this works out. So it looks like it's going pretty well. I'm also going to fire up the one that I used in my one wide tileable item sorter video, and we'll see how that one goes at the same time. So we'll compare a bunch of these things together. This is a design by Reshin Machine, and this is the one that's known to be perfect. It's undergone hundreds of hours of testing on the Melon-Tech server, and the Litematica is available on the Storage Tech Discord. So let's input a stack here. That one's fired up. Here is a design that I had made myself in my quest to make a perfect item aligner. I believe this one is perfect also, but I think under some further stress testing, we'll be able to find out quickly whether it is or not. So we're going to put some items in here. And let's see what's happening. Now, each of these are aligned to be the same distance. So you'll see the piston with the slime block here is in the same place and is place where the slime block is here, pushing the items, same place there, same place here. So we should have 64 items. Now, you'll notice immediately that there's some items floating on top of this chest right here. So let's see how many we actually have. 3. Oh, and only 52 made it into the chest. So I don't know where the other ones went. This was a problem. 47 went down here. That's not right because there should have been only a stack. But either way, you notice that a stack didn't make it into this here. This was probably just from my previous testing. I noticed this when testing Palapala's world originally, and the system would fail on occasion. I don't know if something has changed since he built this system with redstone and timings, but I can't get it to work. And I think I've built it the exact same way that he had it set up in his video. But yeah, it's not even working under normal conditions. This is the one that I used for the one wide tileable item sorter, and you'll see that we have 64 items in that first chest. The perfect item aligner, 64 items, and my perceived perfect item aligner, 64 items. So the issues come in with some of the randomization that can happen as a dropper is outputting an item. There is a very rare chance that it sends it in a certain trajectory that doesn't work with the alignment concept and it shoots it off somewhere else. So this one breaks under normal circumstances. This one will break under those extreme behavior circumstances. We can replicate that with the carpet mod. So if we say extreme behavior is true, now we can see what happens while these operate under those conditions. So let's clear out some of these chests. I guess I don't really need to clear because we know that there's 64 in each one of these. but we will run it again under extreme behaviors. So let's start here, 64, 64, 64, and for fun, 64. So you'll see there, items are stacking up before it even hits the second slime block. Mine also over here, which was used in that video, is breaking also. Items are falling below, they're falling out into the world, they're getting stuck, they're all over the place. This one should actually be done already, 64. So even with extreme behaviors, it's delivering the items as it should. And if we're lucky, this one as well, 64 items. So under extreme behaviors, things are working pretty well with these two right here. Now, if we put these under a larger stress test, let's clear these. And let's go all the way down the lines on these. So we'll go to their block maximum, which I think is 31 blocks on blue ice. And let's just make sure that these chests are empty. This one is not. And there. We're going to put full chests in here. A full double chest of items. And we're going to increase the tick rate using carpet so that it'll clear more quickly. Again, these are vanilla behaviors, but they're just more pronounced using carpet, and we're speeding things up for the purposes of testing. So let's put this on mine, and let's put this on Russians. So you'll see they're getting down to the maximum, nothing in here, and it's loading up. Same with this one. So it takes a bit of time to run these through. While we're talking about it, let's talk some of the dimensions here. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 3. So that's what, close to 150? Calculator, 9 times 6 times 3, 162 block density, capacity, not capacity, 162 block build. Let's just call it a build. My design is 1, 2, 3, 4 by volume, block volume. Holy jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 by 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 by 4 by 6 puts us at a 96 block volume. So we're actually looking a little bit smaller than the design by Russian. 4 by 6. Yeah, 96 blocks. So we're doing a little bit better. The components themselves, you know, I haven't counted everything out. This definitely uses more observers than Russians does. So, you know, that's probably a little bit cheaper. Also, it's just a bit of a different form factor, right? So it depends on your needs. If these are both perfect, this one will do well for low height form factor, and this one will do well for, you know, tight spaces where you've got more up and down space, more height available to you. So it's really just two options for perfect item aligners that you could potentially use between Russians and between the one that I've designed here. I will be releasing an updated one-wide tileable multi-item sorter that will use Russian's item aligner, because that will actually fit into the space that I have allocated. It actually extends out a little bit, and I'll show that in the video once I release it. But I also want to do an update to the box display before I do that. So getting close to these emptied. We've got about a row and a half left on each one. So I would advise against using this item aligner in any case, because there's always going to be that chance that it's going to fire items off in some direction. I would advise against using this design because it's also going to fire off in another direction. The trick seems to be sort of the triple push or triple bounce setup. So where this one has fire, bounce, bounce, as does this one, it'll fire, bounce, bounce. This one uses 3, so fires, bounces on the block here, bounces there, bounces here. This one fires, bounces down, pushes over, and bounces out. So that 3 alignment, that triple alignment seems to be really what works for aligning perfectly. So you'll see our chest here is completely full of all those items. We didn't lose anything. And I put in only the double chest. We should have the same outcome here as well, with a full double chest of completely aligned items. So that's it, just a quick update on one of the components to that system that I shared. I'll have another video coming out soon, like I mentioned, about the box display, and then I'll update the build with the multi-item sorter, one wide tileable. Anyway, that's it. Thanks again, YouTube, and have a great day.